shall die.
I am the storm that is approaching.
What's good, guys? CJ here. Welcome back to another DNA video. Today we're going to take a look at I6 Rhythm, and I'm here to tell you guys this is an absolute powerhouse of a character when it comes to AoE damage and AoE content. She's going to be able to nuke the entire stage simply by standing there menacingly. She's going to be able to deal damage so fast to so many enemies at once. Sometimes you're going to be asking yourself, where they at though? Where are the enemies at? Because she's really that good. With that said though, ladies and gentlemen, I want to make sure you guys check out my other build video in case you're just beginning to build your rhythm. It's going to be really good and it's going to allow you to clear content without any problem whatsoever in case you don't have an i6 plus 10 demon wedge invested rhythm like this one right here. Nonetheless, you can use this video as a blueprint, and we are not going to go in depth into the skills and all of that because we've pretty much already broken them down. I'm just going to talk about the build, the weapons, the teammates, the geniemons, and all that good stuff. So let's hop right in. So here we have the rhythm, and I gotta tell you guys, this is an absolute monster of a character. So let's talk about the stats. When it comes to its attack, we have a little bit over 2,100 for the sanity, 300, skill damage 372, skill range 130, skill duration 122, and skill efficiency 132 with a very nice 62% morale. This is a very, very solid rhythm that is going to be able to do literally everything in the game. With this character, you can do everything. You can do everything pretty much solo with barely moving a muscle, which is what makes this character so dope. And I know some people might be asking, why is it fun to just stand there menacingly? And there's a lot of scenarios where it's actually very nice to just be able to chill, maybe watch some anime, and have everything dying simply by existing around your simple freaking spiritual pressure. That's how dope this character is. With that said though, let's go on over to the introns and check them out. Last time we talked about the first two, we're breaking them all down this time. So first off, intron 1, electric charge deals AoE damage within a 3-meter radius. You guys already know this is vital for rhythm. You must have this if you really want to play rhythm effectively. Then we have her intron 2. When an enemy with electric charge is defeated, their electric charge is transferred to another random target within a 20-meter radius. The transferred electric charge retains its remaining duration, allowing the effect to continue on the new target. Once again, vital for rhythm, ladies and gentlemen. These two things is what allow her to perform even better when it comes to that AoE clearing, hitting all the mobs without any problem whatsoever. So you want to make sure, in the lowest scenario, you have these two before you really go out there and start destroying everything with your rhythm. The intron 3 is just going to give you some skill levels. Intron 4, at the start of battle, rhythm gains electric energy equal to 50% of her max sanity, which is really nice. Then we go on to intron 5, once again more levels, and intron 6. The number of enemies Electro Surge deals damage to per second is increased to 2, once again allowing her to become an absolute threat to any waves of enemies that you might have to fight. The more enemies, the easier it's going to be for her to just destroy everything, because that's how good she is at wave clearing and AoE bossing and mobbing and everything, bro. It don't matter what it is. If there's a bunch of enemies, she's going to be tickling them all. Now, let's move on over to the attributes and take a look at the demon wedges. This is the build we're going to showcase today, ladies and gentlemen, and it is pretty damn good, dare I say so myself. Shout out to the homie Marix. He's done an amazing job building his rhythm, and he did allow me to showcase it today, and this is what he's rocking on his rhythm. He has 2 Blaze Volition, giving him attack and skill damage, a beautiful demon wedge. Then he has 2 Blaze Morale, giving him attack percentage and morale, obviously very good as well. Then he has Thunder Midnight Sun for electro attack, skill damage, and skill duration. He obviously has that Wings Inspo. We already know Wings Inspo is super good in a lot of these characters, Rhythm being one of them. Then we have Prime Morale, which is going to give us attack, HP, defense, and obviously morale. And then he has Ravaging Thunder. It's going to give you skill damage plus 55%. And when an electro character uses a skill, they gain 1 stack that increases skill damage by 9% for 16 seconds, up to 8 stacks. Very very good. This is all going to synergize very well into the kit and allow you to destroy pretty much everything. Now, there's one thing that Rhythm is very popular for and she's very good at, and that is none other than AFK farming. If you're going to be AFK farming, you're going to be replacing Ravaging Thunder for this right here, Eternity Abnegation, which is going to give you skill duration and negative skill range. But her ultimate, which is pretty much what you're doing, you're casting her ultimate and then just standing there, is not going to be affected by this negative skill range. So you don't have to worry about that whatsoever. And by all means, you can go ahead and rock this because it has fixed range. If we go over here to the skills, we go over here and we look at right here, it has effect ratios. This is fixed. This will not be affected by that. As you guys can see right here, it is not affected, so it's still good. You just pop that in there and you're able to do this. This right here is going to be a better build for AFK farming, and you're going to be able to clear absolutely everything. Not that we need to go deep into farming stages. We're still doing the same 15, 10, whatever waves that you're doing, but this is going to be a better build for that. But the regular build that is going to be optimized for other types of content, and pretty much everything, is going to be this build right here. Moving on over to the weapons, ladies and gentlemen, we have Wainwraith Max Melt. It is going to give you some very juicy skill damage. 48% skill damage is going to stack with Rhythm very, very nicely. And for the range weapon, we have Escresh Duo, which is going to be very good as well. It's going to be giving her skill damage 48% once max smelted. And I know you guys might be asking yourself, what are the builds? I'm going to show you guys the builds right here. Even though they're not that important, you can go ahead and, change some of these demon wedges around depending what it is that you're trying to go for. And well, we know that right now weapons aren't really that important unless they're for very specific characters. But these are the things you have right here, working on the usual. Now, moving on from here, we're going to talk about the geniemons. Obviously, her number one is going to be Electrove. Very, very good geniemon. Restores 20 sanity to self and allies and increases their skill damage by 14% for 12 seconds. And the passive skill increases electro attack for the main character and the combat partners by 3.2. And the stats provided by Electro Demon Wedges prefixed with Griffin, Typhoon, or Covenanter. This is going to be pretty damn good. And there's really not that many other things you can slot into the Electro ones. You can go ahead and slot this one in here, the Shiny Q-Bolt, but in all reality, you're going to want to go for Electro if you're really trying to main the Electro characters. And on top of that, you guys already know my stance when it comes to this particular Geniemon. I think that is a very good supporting ability that you can pretty much slot on anybody else. Moving on to the support characters, for her is going to be Fina. Fina's going to be really good pretty much for everybody. She's just that good. She's going to amplify your damage really damn well. And if you guys want to check out the build, feel free to check out the first video where I break down the build, or my exclusive Fina build video is going to be really good. From here, you can go ahead and slap in Truffle and Filberto, the typical Truffle and Filbert build. I also have one on the channel, so do be sure to check that out. This is just simple. It's here for that insane damage buffing and the ability to keep you heal if you need it, but most things will die as soon as they even look in your direction. That's really everything regarding Rhythm. I'm going to talk about the skills, but I'm going to break them down in the most common and basic way possible. This, you turn into Mikasa, right? From Attack on Titan, you're going to dash forward, and there's going to be some basic things that you can read right here, and it can increase the damage dealt by Rhythm. Pretty damn simple. This right here, you pretty much do a big AoE Chidori, which is going to deal electro damage to enemies, as you can see in the range, and is going to sap them, pull them closer, and just sap them, across themselves. Pretty much it's going to transfer the shocks. That's it. Big AoE area, electricity, everything dies. Simple as that. When it comes to the passive, when consuming sanity converts a percentage of the consumed sanity into electric energy, the upper limit of electric energy is equal to the max sanity. That's why max sanity is so important. Right here, power of anxiety for the passive, when consuming electric energy, converts 50% of the consumed electric energy into sanity. Once again, very important. And then nothing else is really worth breaking down. It's simply attack, skill range, and then the typical support ability that is going to give you 40% when you deploy Rhythm as a support or AI partner. And that's really everything regarding this character, ladies and gentlemen. She is extremely dope. I'm going to leave y'all with some gameplay of Chase where I was literally standing there for the majority of the time by myself, and the only time that I really had to go and move somewhere was to pick up a key. That's how crazy she is. The highest level of Chase by myself, standing there. menacingly. If you've enjoyed this video, do be sure to hit that like button, subscribe. Let me know what your rhythm build is looking like or what your other characters are looking like in the comment section below. For now, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, turn on bell notifications, and I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace.
Guys, and unlock the final treasure chest!
Heretics! How dare you covet treasures bestowed by the gods? Ready to face divine wrath?
I can't stop here. I have to keep fighting.
Go, devout followers! Pluck the fruit of victory in its name!
This is gonna hurt. One lock opened. Keep it up. We can get the rest too.
For the glory of the Legion. Advance!
Go, devout followers! Pluck the fruit of victory in its name!